Welcome to latest News Blaster. In the ever-chaotic world of hip-hop, one thing is clear: drama sells. But when that drama involves Cardi B, Saweetie, and Offset, the stakes go through the roof. Over the past few days, social media has been buzzing with shocking claims that Cardi B herself has exposed a secret plan orchestrated by Saweetie. A plan that allegedly used Offset as nothing more than a pawn in a dangerous game of fame, betrayal and revenge. But what really happened behind the scenes? And is this the biggest hip-hop betrayal of the decade? Cardi B breaks her silence. For weeks, rumors had been swirling. Fans noticed shady tweets, cryptic Instagram captions, and subtle shots being fired between the two female rappers. But things truly exploded when Cardi B finally broke her silence during an Instagram live session, where she didn't hold back. According to Cardi, Saweetie had been working behind the scenes to ruin her image. The Bronx superstar accused Saweetie of trying to stir up narratives involving Offset, painting Cardi as the toxic wife while making Saweetie look like the victim. Cardi told her fans, "Y'all don't even know the half of it. People out here making plans against me, using my own husband as a pawn in their little games. But guess what? I see everything." Her words sent shockwaves through the internet. Within minutes, blogs, YouTubers, and Twitter accounts were dissecting every single detail. Was Offset really used? Offset's role in this explosive drama cannot be ignored. Cardi's claim suggests that Saweetie may have tried to manipulate him, either emotionally, publicly, or strategically, to create tension in Cardi's marriage. Some insiders even whispered that Saweetie and Offset had friendly communications that Cardi wasn't aware of, but those whispers quickly turned into full-blown conspiracy theories after Cardi's livestream. Fans began pulling up old footage, old tweets, and even subtle interactions between Saweetie and Offset that suddenly looked very suspicious. One viral thread even suggested that Saweetie deliberately placed herself in situations where Offset's name would be dragged, forcing Cardi to always be on defense. But the real question remains: was Offset truly aware of the so-called plan, or was he just an innocent pawn being played against his own wife? Saweetie's silence raises more questions. As Cardi's words spread like wildfire, all eyes turned to Saweetie. But instead of directly addressing the accusations, Saweetie remained strangely silent. She posted selfies, brand promotions, and music snippets, but not a single word about Cardi's claim. To fans, this silence spoke volumes. Some argued that Saweetie was guilty and didn't know how to respond. Others believed she was being strategic, letting Cardi's emotional outburst make her look unstable. Either way, the internet didn't buy the innocent act. One Twitter user wrote, "If somebody accused me of plotting against them, I'd clear it up immediately." Saweetie being quiet tells me Cardi might actually be telling the truth. The hip-hop chess game. Let's not forget, the rap industry is a battlefield. Rivalries, competition, and secret feuds are nothing new. But when personal relationships and marriages get dragged into the mess, things escalate quickly. Cardi B is no stranger to being the target of industry shade. From Nicki Minaj to lesser-known names, Cardi has often found herself fighting to prove her authenticity and protect her family. This situation with Saweetie feels different though. Fans are calling it a hip-hop chess game where every move is calculated, and Offset, whether knowingly or not, was placed right in the middle as the key piece. The public reaction. Social media exploded with mixed reactions. Cardi's fans, better known as the Bardi Gang, stood firmly behind her, praising her for being bold enough to speak up. They flooded Saweetie's comments with snake emojis, calling her fake and two-faced. On the other hand, Saweetie's supporters accused Cardi of being insecure and paranoid. They argued that Cardi always feels threatened by other female rappers and lashes out whenever someone else starts gaining attention. One fan commented, "This is typical Cardi, always thinking somebody's plotting when she's her own biggest problem." But neutral observers couldn't help but notice the timing. With both Cardi and Saweetie rumored to be working on major projects, many believe this drama might actually be a carefully orchestrated publicity stunt. After all, controversy equals clicks, and clicks equals streams. Offset, caught in the middle. Perhaps the most tragic figure in this entire scandal is Offset himself. The rapper has faced years of cheating allegations, mistrust, and public embarrassment. Now being accused of being used as a pawn adds another layer to his already messy public image. If Cardi's claims are true, Offset may have been manipulated into situations that tarnished his marriage and career. But if the claims are exaggerated, then he's once again being painted as the villain in a story that refuses to let him escape. Fans are already speculating whether Offset will respond publicly, or if he'll stay silent to avoid making things worse. One thing is certain, his next move could determine whether Cardi's marriage survives this storm or not. The bigger picture. Beyond the drama, this feud shines a light on a larger issue in the hip-hop industry: the constant pressure on female rappers to compete rather than collaborate. Cardi and Saweetie could have been allies, lifting each other up in a male-dominated space. Instead, the industry, and possibly their own insecurities, pushed them into a rivalry where personal relationships became weapons. If Cardi's accusations are accurate, then Saweetie may have crossed a line that goes beyond music. But if it's all a misunderstanding blown out of proportion, then Cardi may have unintentionally created a feud that fans will never forget. To really understand the magnitude of this feud, fans started digging into the past. While Cardi and Saweetie never had an open, hostile relationship, there have always been small hints of tension. Years ago, when Saweetie was dating Quavo, Offset's cousin and Migos bandmate, fans noticed that Cardi kept her distance from Saweetie. Many assumed it was because of awkward family dynamics, two couples tied to the same rap group. But now, looking back, people are questioning if there was more. Cardi may have sensed early on that Saweetie wasn't entirely genuine, or perhaps she felt that Saweetie's proximity to Offset's world could one day create problems. Fast forward to now, those concerns may not have been paranoia at all, they might have been foreshadowing. The pawn theory explained. When Cardi said Offset was being used as a pawn, fans immediately started piecing together what she could have meant. A pawn in chess is the weakest but most expendable piece. It's often sacrificed for a bigger strategy. If Offset was the pawn, then Saweetie's goal wasn't necessarily about him, it was about Cardi herself. Some fan theories suggest that Saweetie's alleged plan was to damage Cardi's reputation by creating doubts about her marriage. If Cardi was constantly forced to defend Offset's loyalty, she would look weaker, more emotional, and less focused on music. That, in turn, could open the door for Saweetie to climb higher in the female rap rankings without direct competition. It's a cold, calculated idea, but in the cutthroat world of fame, nothing feels too far-fetched. Social media detectives at work. As soon as Cardi's livestream ended, Twitter detectives and TikTok creators got to work. They pulled up old Saweetie interviews, where she subtly mentioned relationships and trust. They analyzed Cardi's lyrics about betrayal, looking for hidden meanings. Some even slowed down videos of Saweetie at industry events, pointing out the moments when she allegedly side-eyed Cardi from across the room. One viral TikTok showed side-by-side footage, Saweetie laughing during an award show segment where Offset's past infidelity was mentioned, while Cardi sat stone-faced. The caption read, "Saweetie been laughing at Cardi's pain, now it all makes sense." Of course, not all evidence was concrete. Many clips were taken out of context, but in the internet age, perception often matters more than proof, and the perception was quickly turning against Saweetie, Offset's complicated reputation. Adding fuel to the fire is Offset's own history. This isn't the first time his name has been dragged into drama involving women and betrayal. Over the years, Cardi has had to deal with countless cheating rumors, leaked DMs, and viral clips that painted Offset as unfaithful. Even though the couple reconciled multiple times, the trust factor has always been shaky. This is why Cardi's revelation hit so hard. If Saweetie really did use Offset as part of her alleged plan, it worked because Cardi's marriage already had cracks. She didn't need to create new scandals. She just needed to exploit the ones that were already there. For fans, this brought back painful memories of the past. They remembered the public breakups, the emotional concerts where Cardi admitted her heartbreak, and the constant cycle of rumors. Seeing Offset's name tangled up in another controversy made many wonder, was he really clueless, or did he knowingly play into the trap? The silence before the storm. As the days passed, Saweetie's silence became deafening. Fans spammed her Instagram lives with questions. Comment sections were flooded with lines like, "Did you plot against Cardi? And why are you quiet if you're innocent?" Saweetie ignored them all, focusing instead on posting about her music and fashion. Some insiders claimed this was her PR team's advice: stay above the drama, and let Cardi's anger burn itself out. But others argued that silence was a mistake, because it only made her look guilty. Meanwhile, Cardi doubled down. Instead of moving on, she continued dropping subtle hints online. liking shady tweets and reposting memes about fake friends. Clearly, she wasn't ready to let this go. Industry reactions. Behind the scenes, the industry was buzzing. Other rappers, producers and influencers whispered about the feud, though most refused to speak publicly. A few, however, couldn't resist throwing shade. One anonymous producer told a blog, "This isn't new. Everybody in the industry knows these two don't vibe. The difference now is Cardi finally said it out loud." Female rappers like Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat stayed neutral, avoiding any public comment. But fans speculated that alliances were being quietly drawn. Who would side with Cardi and who would stand by Saweetie? The hip-hop sisterhood suddenly felt divided. Fans demand receipts. At this point, the internet wasn't satisfied with just accusations. They wanted receipts. Cardi's fans begged her to drop screenshots, texts or proof that Saweetie really had a plan. Without evidence, some argued,